just come along here to get the flat 8 grab. I just noticed actually the view down to the field where we're haymaking, the baler has arrived. If I use my mega zoom, where are we? Oh, my eyesight's terrible. I think that's the tractor there. No, it's not. Where is it? I've lost it. Across, there it is. There's the tractor. So that's the baler. That's the baler just arrived. He's down there. You see it's our lower fields. I'm not rushing down there. I'm going to go down there with a trailer and start putting some on. There is weather rain forecast for tomorrow, so I think we'll try and clear the whole field today. I've got 3 trailers. My thoughts are I can probably get, it's not going to be a massive amount, so I reckon I can probably get 3 trailers on and maybe only have to throw one off. We're lucky. So in the meantime, I'm going to put the bale grab on and get down there to put 1 load on and then see what it's like. I'm up by our stack of bales. We have got some more silage bales coming we bought. That's last year's there. Got a few at the front. Gonna see what they're like later. Right, anyway, let me just get this on. Right, that's on-ish. You see that dead patch of grass there? That's where Harry's car was over the winter. The ground's brown, but look at that. Completely killed the grass on that bit. That's where Harry's car was. Right, I'm just going to get stopped in a minute because that's not all particularly secure. So I don't want to drive along with it like that. Right, so we can see our bales here. Old last year bales on the right. Thank God we've got a few of those left. Bought in ones in the middle. Getting some more bought in soon. And then this year's round bales there, that's what we made so far. That's what we've got so far. Just those round bales there are what we've made this year, which is pathetic, isn't it? I don't know what we're going to do with this weather. We are going to buy some more in. It's expensive, but you know, it's got to be done. I don't think we're ready to feed, well, we're not ready to feed silage yet. I was sort of like, if we can be very lucky, if this weather does come wet next week, we might be able to get away without feeding if the grass comes back, because it'll rocket on. As soon as we get some rain, it will rocket on. We're just not there yet. Right, I'm just going to clip this on. I think that's in the wrong place. Is that how it is locked in? Oh no, it's not. It's not locked in. Look, can you see that? It's not through the hole there. So I've got to pull that back, and then I might have to put it down a minute and pull that back. All right, well, let me just put this on, then we'll get going. Right, that's on now. Got those connected. Look, these pipes are breaking down. Look at this. Hope they last. They're really old. But they're on. Right. We've got that locked on. Trouble is that hay grab, when we first bought it, we were doing thousands of bales, and now we're doing hundreds. There you go. I'm just checking this. So you don't really use this very much. So most of the year it's just sat in the shed. Look at that. That's all right. Okay. Right. Let's go and get a trailer. Let's get a trailer and get on down. I think all my trailers. I think I've got 2 trailers out in the field. It's not a rush because he's only just started baling, so I'm not going to get down there and suddenly find I've got 500 bales to stack, because he'll probably go round quite slow, and I've probably got all morning before he's really done any decent amount. Let's get back and sort the trailer out. Here we go, and coming up. So I've got our old Norton out, and then that's Ian's trailer. That's Norton as well, I think. Ian's lent me out on permanent loan. So that's there to go. There's our old scrap pile there. Look, that mower's knackered. Trust me, it's broken. Not we repair that. So I'm going to take this bad boy with me. I think I'll take the big one. I might as well start big as I mean to carry on, because I just get down there. If I'm not careful, I'll upset Harry, because I'll have it all done before he gets home. I'll certainly get some loads on anyway. Right, I'm hitched on. Convoy has started, we're off. God, that door is so hard to shut since I put that new ram on there. The new ram is brilliant. It does a really good job of keeping the door open, so I haven't got aircon in this tractor. So it's actually quite good to keep the door open. When I was mowing for the hay, it kept the door open, whereas before it bounced shut. But because it's a new ram, it's really hard. When I shut the door, it's really stiff. I guess it'll ease up with age. Right, we get down the field, see what Terry's done. Are we on the estimate for this load? I'm saying, for this field, I'm saying 450 for the whole lot. Ideally 500, I think 450. I reckon, you see, with 3 trailers, we could probably nearly get 400 on them, 3 trailers. 450 I'm going for. Let's have a look when we get there. Yeah, I mean, I'm just on the way down, but there's a couple of things I thought I'd show you. Drought induced. Firstly, there's a tree over there. That's a, let me just zoom down. That's a horse chestnut. Oh, it's stuck behind the glass. God, come on. Come on, let me just open it. If I open this, you might be able to just get a view. Yeah, look. There's a horse chestnut tree that's dying off down there. Very yellow. I had that last time we had a drought, 2022, we had an oak tree that died off. It did come back, so I'm hoping with that horse chestnut, it's a defensive mechanism of the tree, and it'll lose its leaves maybe and then come back in the spring. I've lost at least 1 tree on the farm. Back by the house I've lost a silver birch which died off, which is really annoying. And the other thing as well is that the grass is obviously doing really well, but anything deeper rooted is still surviving. So thistles, nettles are doing really well. But let me just spin this around. Look at this. Let's just turn that off. Look at this. I think this is bindweed. Now, normally it doesn't really show up in the grass because it's so green compared with the grass. But look, this is amazing. I mean, look at this. If you were, it's a shame it's a weed really, because it's very beautiful to see these flowers. And look at the bumblebees on it. Look at that bumblebee having a go there. It's on a little stroll. Look at it. Going from flower to flower. And there's more of them. Look at it. It's quite a carpet of in fact, look at it. I don't know whether you can really pick this up on the video, but if I look across, I can see lots of bumblebees all across here. There's bumblebees going after the nectar. It's amazing, and they are really lovely little flowers. Look at them. And you wouldn't appreciate that normally in a grassland, because A, the cows would probably be on it and grazed it off by now. I'm not going to put them down here because there's nothing for them to graze, look. But B, they don't really show up in patches like this normally. So I'm not quite sure what to make of that really. It's possibly a side effect of the drought, but certainly I wouldn't see that normally in the field. It wouldn't show up as much as that. And incredible. It also has got a lovely smell. The flowers smell nice. And that's what you think is a weed, but look at it. You could almost cultivate that for your garden, couldn't you? Right, let's get on down. I'm not sure whether Terry's done any baling actually. He might just be sat down there. I haven't seen the tractor move. Right, we're heading through. I can just see some oats in the field. It's funny because there's definitely a change in the weather on the, well, today it's overcast. It doesn't feel like there's going to be any rain, but it's overcast. The rain's supposed to be coming tomorrow, so I will have to clear this field. Right, let me get down here. I don't know whether I can see a white van. I don't know whether that means we've got a breakdown. I got a feeling that Neil James is down here, which probably means we got a breakdown. And if that's that's the case, I'll turn the camera off, because I'm not going to stick it in their face while they're trying to deal with this. that wouldn't get me any good brownie points, but yeah, looks like he's gone round the field once, and it doesn't look like it's going well. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the reasons why I don't want to own my own baler. A few people have said, why don't you get your own baler? Well, for starters, I wouldn't be buying a new one. I'd buy a second-hand one. And from my experience, I've seen a lot of issues with balers. Small balers seem to have a lot of issues, probably with the knotters more than anything, and that's quite stressful when you're trying to sort the bales out. So that's why I've not gone down the route of getting my own baler. I dare say Harry might one day, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, there's a breakdown going on. There's a trailer, there's a van down there. Let's leave it to sort out. I'm not going to cause tension by filming them. So we'll have a look. I'm going to get a couple of bales and I might go and see them, but I'm not filming that. All right, cheers. Just as well I got out of the way. It's not going well on the baling front. The baler apparently is breaking knives. Now, I'm not a bale expert, so I don't really know how that all works, but it's turning into a bit of a nightmare for them. They're over there trying to sort it out. Neil James is there sorting it. Good job he knows what he's doing, because I don't. It's looking like they're not going to bale anymore with that baler, quite possibly, because the thing's buggered, basically. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to get another baler on the job. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go round and pick up the 8s they've done. They've done about 40, I think, and I'm going to take those back up the farm. We might as well chuck those in the shed ready. And he said, don't worry, we'll get this baled by the end of the day, and I'm sure he will. But we're not going to get a lot of baling done this morning. Do you know what? It's flipping typical, isn't it? I've had months where it wasn't that bad. You could have baled every day of the week and not worried. And then the day that actually we're baling our hay cut, and obviously it's very valuable to us, the baler breaks. Well, that's the way farming goes, isn't it? Never a dull moment. Right, so I'm going to just pick up what I can. I'm not even going to try and stack them on the trailer because they're only going to go about too high. There's old Neil over there. Trouble is, he said that they did this yesterday and they fixed it, and he's gone round and done it again, and it's like they're not exactly sure what's causing the knives to break. I mean, I don't know much about a baler, but the knives on the baler are big, thick metal things, so they're not, they're not going to break easy. I'm sure there's someone who knows about these things, but I don't. It's funny, isn't it? If you grow up with this kit, you're probably used to it and go, yeah, but blah 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 blah. Whereas someone like me, I don't know what it is. Many down here actually. I can only see a couple more over there. I think he's been round once. Might put that one to one side actually, because I've got to get another 8. That one can go, it's only a 4. That one can go on top. Oh. You know, I was really lucky yesterday. I had a lovely, lovely day out with my wife. We went to really simple pleasures. Went to the village, well, it's sort of fate. It was an afternoon open garden up in the village with a steel band. You know those sort of things back in the 70s, they used to make them out of oil drums, but it's got a little bit more slick now. I think you can buy these special drums, steel drums, that are musical, like a drum. It's a drum. And it was lovely. We had a cup of tea, a slice of cake, chatted to a few people. Absolutely wonderful, and very nicely. Someone messaged me the other day, Adrian, guy from Ireland. He messaged me and said, I can see you're having a difficult time at the moment with all the things that have been going on with the drought and the weather. Well, the drought and the weather, the same thing. I mean, drought, the fire, TB situation we had and all that. And he said you should value the things you've got in your life that are, you know, you're glad of. I can't remember what he said. I think you have to make a list of 3 things. Well, yeah, and I think he's absolutely spot on. I think you have to value the things that are good. We all get bad times on the farm, and I feel the pressure quite often. But I am grateful for where I live and the people I've got around me and stuff. So yeah, we all need to do that maybe a little bit more. And also, you just need to get out, don't you? See some other people and have a little chat and a moan and a bit of a laugh and a cup of tea and a slice of cake. You know what? That's a blooming good thing, a cup of tea and a slice of cake, isn't it? Hey, you can't beat it really, can you? Go around someone's house and they offer you a bit of cake and a cup of Earl Grey I like. I'm not a tea drinker really, I'm a coffee drinker, but Earl Grey is kind of something I like it because it's got a bit of a kick to it. It's got a bit of flavour. Anyway, that's a ramble. Alright, let's get on with this. Not many more 8s up there, I don't think. It might be the last one up there. Right. So I have got 3 8s, 24 plus another 4. I've got 28 bales out of this field so far. I'm going to take those back with me and come back down later. So we will conclude this video later with a bit more bale grabbing, but at the moment I've got 24 bales made, which is 24 more than none, so that's good. In between the baling, I got a load of bales being delivered by Reg from next door for the silage bale stack. But look at the rain. I just hope this is only a shower and it's going to get the hay blooming wet, isn't it? I'm going to have to take off. I'm going to have to ted it or something, I don't know. I'm going to have a look at it. Hopefully this shower will go over. Typical, isn't it? Bloody typical. When I don't want rain, I get it. I get those bales done, then it can rain as much as it likes. Right, I better crack on with this. Another job. Right, well, I think this is called the law of sod, isn't it? So, it rained. It flipping rained at lunchtime. And I had a phone call from Andy Sampson about the baler. And it's just unfortunate and bad luck. Basically what happened is it rained. They couldn't fix the baler this morning. I'm not sure what's going on with the baler, but that couldn't be fixed quickly. So they've got someone else who can bale it, but in between the time when they decided they couldn't fix it and having that conversation with me, it chucked it down. So we had a massive load of rain. Me and my brother have been back down to look at the hay, and it's soaked through enough to think I've got to have to ted it again before we can bale it. And now I do need to get it baled today, I think, because it's going to rain again tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it with a tedder, and then I'm going to ring up and say come and bale it, but I'm going to ted it again before I row it up. So I'm going to flip it a couple of times really quickly. I know you can tell how windy it is. You can see in the leaves there. It is very windy, and that's a good thing because the wind will dry out the grass, but it's soaked through underneath. We'll have a look when we get down there, but the rain's gone through the top underneath, and that ain't going to dry unless I ted it out. I mean, I can blame myself a little bit for complacency on this because it was probably ready to bale on Saturday. It's now Monday. I could have rode it up Saturday morning and got Andy in to bale it, but you know what? I wanted a blooming weekend off. I felt I'd done enough work. I've been exhausted most of the time, and I just felt like a day off on Saturday, and I thought, it's complacency, isn't it? I thought with all this dry spell just never ending, we ain't gonna get any rain. And lo and behold, flipping Sunday night, it's always like that. They flip the weather forecast. 1 minute it's showing dry, and then it's showing rain coming in. Well, it showed a light shower today and then rain tomorrow. So I'm thinking, well, okay, we still got Monday to get it in because I don't expect it to come to much Monday. And then sure enough, we had the bad luck with the tedder breaking, but also, not a tedder, the baler. Let's hope the tedder doesn't break. The baler broke, which is kind of like one of those things. And then the rain shower that came was actually really heavy. And I don't think on the ground it's actually gone in and disappeared. But the hay, because it's penetrated through the hay, it's gone underneath, and that's the bit that's not going to dry out with this wind. So it will dry, it's not soaked, it's just, it's inaccessible to the wind and the sun, the bit underneath. So if I don't turn it, I'm just going to end up with wet bales. And if you didn't know, wet bales, the thing about them, if you have wet bales, they heat up. And when they heat up, they tend to spontaneously combust. So I can't take that gamble of just leaving it. That would be a very foolish thing to do. So I'm doing this. I might not need to do it, but I'm doing it because the risk otherwise is quite severe. So anyway, we'll see how we go. In my head, I'm thinking, ted it really quickly, leave it an hour, ted it through again, and then row it up, and that should flip it, and then row it. It is quite hot. I think it'll dry. So we're nearly there now, anyway. What an adventure you all come on with me, isn't it? Eh? Come on down with the funky farmer. Right, let's go and have a look. Right. So it is feeling hot. How damp is that feeling? Yeah, you see it, I can feel it. It's wet. It's definitely wet. Yeah. It's no good trying to bale that. It will, I reckon maybe one turn will be enough. I'm just gonna have to ted it out. I've already put some new tines on here. I brought the spanners with me this time as well. Let's just open the gates. Let's get this done. Oh, farming, eh? Everything sent to try you. I'm glad, do you know what though? This is annoying, but I'm glad I had that time with my wife, really I am. Because I can do this, you know, it might delay me and stuff, but you've got to spend your time with your family. I mean, you've got to take some time out, otherwise it'll eat you up. I don't regret that time spent with my wife listening to that steel band at all, and I'm blooming glad I did it. Right, let's get on out there. Get this done. What a shame I've got to put this back out now, isn't it? All my hard work. So I did gain on the fact that I only did one lot of tedding, but now I'm doing another tedding. So anyway, it's still less tedding than I would normally do. So one of the gates come off. Oh, look at that, span round. Oh, come on. I've tightened up all these loose thingies, and that's come off there. Right. I'm not going to do too much filming of this bit because I'm frustrated enough as it is, and I'm tempting fate. My fear, to be honest, is a puncture. That's what my fear is, because those blooming quick thorn, I thought I got away with it, but now I've got potential of, I've got to do the whole field at least twice, haven't I? I could end up with that again. Something banging away, but I've done up those things. Right, you'll see this again later when I've done a bit more, right? There we go. That's spread out. That's going to dry out nicely now. Pretty sure this will be alright later. Right, that's that field done. Right, that's that field then. Let's get into next door. You see the balers left down there, look. He's abandoned it. Right. Got the outer edge to do. Come back to that at the end. So here we go then. It's about 10 to 3. I'm going to whip through this. I'm going to whip through this pretty quick, and then I'm just going to row it. I think I'm not going to go for it again. I'm just going to row it up about 4:30. So that'll give it enough time to have a bit of air. By the time I phoned them up and got them here, it'll have a bit more air through it. What can you do? I can't leave it till tomorrow. It's too risky. I think we're pretty well 90% there anyway, trying it. We'll have a look at the end, we'll have a feel, alright? It's just some things you've got to do it right, so some things you've got to do stuff like this. It's unfortunate, but it's an act of God, isn't it, as they say. There we go, I've gone through nearly all of it now. I'm just going to do the headland. I'm pretty confident this is going to be pretty good now. As long as we don't get another rain shower, I think we're going to be alright. Go by the broken baler. So I think we're very, very lucky in the fact that that shower wasn't heavier than it could have been. It's going to be heavier than it was anyway. What am I supposed to say? So yeah, we're not going to have an issue with it. We're just going to be baling late. Ideally, I'd like to have got it all baled sort of by lunchtime, or maybe helps if I turn the PTO on, doesn't it? What a div. I've just gone up there without actually turning the PTO on. No, it doesn't help. This bit's pretty light anyway. I don't know whether I really needed heading this out of it. But while I'm here, right, I'm going to go around and finish this off. Then we're going to get out and do our inspection, and then I'll probably make the call about coming in for the baling. Right, let's get out and have a look. It's quite funny really, because the other day when we were making our second cut silage, the wind was a real problem, and it caused a lot of the silage to blow out of the trailer because it was so light and dry. Well, now actually the wind is a real asset, because drying this hay from that rain, just the sun alone is pretty good, but to have the wind is really going to dry it out. A bit like when you put your washing out, it obviously dries better on a windy day. So this grass that was getting wet, or got wet, is going to dry out pretty quick. So I'm very confident we can bale this today anyway. Let's have a look. The baler's parked up there. That's the one that's not going to do our baling because it's broken. He's got it back together now. He's got the PTO. Cover back on. And I think he's given up on that for now. I don't know whether they'll use the original trailer. So this is what I've tedded. You can hear the wind, I expect. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, it's already drying really quick. I mean, I think I can phone him up and say come, and I'll wait half an hour. That's unbelievable. That's really drying. I think that, look, hear the wind. I'm sure if I turn this around you can hear it. That's blooming lucky, that is. We need a bit of luck sometime, don't we? Yeah, we're going to be fine on that. Absolutely banging. Let's hope we don't have a bunch of I am a bit paranoid about these tyres, having the puncture before, and generally speaking when I do this I end up with a puncture down here. Right, I'm going to put this into, I'm going to make a call a minute, get the baler here I think, because I reckon we're going to be alright. Right, answer phone now. He's usually pretty good, to be honest. Come on, hand. He's probably on the toilet. Come on. Right. He hasn't got an answer phone, which is really annoying, so I can't leave a message. But he'll phone. I'm sure he'll phone me back in a minute. Right. Tell you what I'll do. I'll phone him again in a minute. I'm going to put it into rowing up position, and then we'll probably just row it up again. This is deja vu, isn't it? I've got to put these back into tethered position. Crikey, it is windy as hell now. God, can you hear that wind? Flipping it, look at it. Can you hear it on the mic? I'm sure you can. Look at, I mean, if you look at that oak tree, it's swaying away, look. Look at that. You can see how windy it is. That's going to dry that out, no problem. Wonderful. Right, let's do these. Well, I spoke to Andy, he phoned me back. I'm rowing this back up now. We're very lucky, we got this sorted now. So I've been through it once. I'm happy with that. And I'm rowing it back up now, which is a shame. But it had to be done, didn't it? I've probably lost a little bit of grass doing this. Generally, if you, from experience, when you turn, the more you turn grass, the more you lose a bit in the ground and stuff. But again, like I said, can't be helped. Alright, crack on. I'll see you in a bit. Lucky. I can still hear a clicking noise. I don't know whether you can hear that. It's not actually a tine that's out of place now. What it is, the guard round the back hay guide is a bit bent, and so the tines are clicking against it, which is really annoying. But I haven't got a hammer here to straighten it out. Anyway, we're not far through this. I'm going to finish this off, and I'm going to go up. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to come straight back down. If the baler turns up when I'm finished, while I'm doing this, fine. If it doesn't, then I'll wait a bit and come back when he's got some bales done. I got a feeling he won't be here for quite a while. I don't suppose he's sat around waiting for my call.